Welcome to my channel Journey of Spirit. An energy of someone who is supportive of you, wants you to, or would like to see what it is that you are going through. And like to see how you work your magic, so to speak. Another energy of someone that lost a relative recently, and I had visions of them trying to cut themselves at the wake or at the memorial. I saw them being saved as well. So thanks for that. What it is I had questions in the ether concerning another video I did. If you have like bullies, etc. in the ethers, how do you go through it? And some had felt support with those little tips. How I did it, because there was another energy similar, but with the question, how do you navigate that from an early age? Yeah, without even spirituality or the awareness or the actual knowing, so to speak. Yeah, I've been called a bitch by my mom. Yeah, in front of friends. When I try to help someone, in several situations, when they get frustrated or disappointed or whatever, then you are the whatever they like to call you. There was one specific energy that was if you can get her to say scammer or call her a scammer or something in that niche, to me I had a thought process about it. Yeah. If you look up the meaning scamming, it is you go toward a person, yeah, to get something of them. Take away something that is theirs in a not so honest way. Is the most polite way of putting it. Yeah. Toward those bullies, I'm like, or people thinking that I'm like, that's going on in your mind. That's basically your ish. There was a voice that I carried with me throughout my life that always said, let them make up their minds, because you can hear so much that you might be or compare to or whatever they want. Yeah. The only thing you can change is, or in this case was me, is myself. So I was like, make up your mind in what you think of me, and then you can try to ring up later. Yeah? So I don't add that baggage. For me, it is what it is in that moment, and stuff like people wanting to harm themselves or are at a loss in a moment for whatever which reason, those things matter to me. That is important to me. Yeah? So when it comes to somebody got intrigued or interested by, I'm me calling out the differences in readers, you can read cards intuitively. Most likely the message got channeled through you before, so you are holding that message. So then you don't need the cards other than in moments of a cluttered mind. And we have one on board as well. So me being an intuitive reader, because I saw some dark energy. I could have read the spread like from the middle in the split. This part tells me something, and me being a psychic medium picking up on several energies trying to get in or channel through me. That energy is bouncy at times, so is then the way I read. So therefore, for me, it's easier to do a pre-pull. And I had someone going through a darker energy based off a therapy session or an awakening session they thought they could dive into. And I got it based on the energy of this card. So as you go in a group session or group healing, there was one that did this, was fine, so to speak, coming out. In the long run, being at home, they are not knowing what to do with the things they are seeing. So they are not in perfect acceptance for now, in and now. They are, to them, these are clouds and they are in a storm. Because when you go through the butterfly effect too fast, you still have memory of you being a caterpillar. Yeah? So when you feel fine, awake and beautiful in the now, and you haven't cleared your karma or did it step by step at your own pace. You have memory of your caterpillar stages, and you will feel like a witch, like you did something wrong, something opened Pandora's box. The only thing I can say to what has helped me, because normally you go through your own mental crazy, you ride the waves and you have all thoughts and you feel all kinds of phenomena occurring, yeah? It is scary to not have full control or have control over your thoughts, over self. You miss the steps in seeing what needs to be seen, and there's a mixture in that energy of someone else actually going through trauma, as in it feels like it is taking place now. And I'm careful with that because I don't get confirmation, I don't know you, I'm just picking up the energy. Where in the awakening there are many words for it, and I took as an example a burnout because everybody perceives a situation or a occurrence differently. You have that what I said, the one that learns best through practical life happenings, that makes them click easier with the concept or the stuff at hand. You have people that need a more pragmatic approach. Yeah, there are different people looking at different situations in their own way. The material of monkey mind for the ones with the interest into yoga meditation versus people that like to know about psychiatric niches, they will appeal more to burnout, depression, stuff like that. Yeah? Where I was like tapping on several topics because I have a wide scope of interest. Yeah. Anyway, what happens is you get visions of your past or memory of your past projected back on your third eye. Or you just experience it as on your crown chakra and like a light fog, pressure, running wild, with the thoughts that you might be bad, that you might be, yeah? The knowledge of their being spirits, or that they exist, can confuse some more. And that's no picnic. Here I would suggest one, to go back to the person that triggered you, because I hope they observed you when you were undergoing that process, or picked up on that energy. And do another more specific guidance kind of session. With me I had, and that is what this card actually says, perfect acceptance. Where I know I'm not perfect, I know I have flaws, or have bigger flaws, if it was now or if it was in a previous life, if it came from spirit. For me, I was like, for me it doesn't matter. The thing that matters to me is that it is there. Yeah? And therefore I took it up on self to work on that. I was like, give it all to me, basically. Whatever needs to be healed, give it. And I went step by step in my own tempo. So also a question somewhere in the ether, why don't you let other people or what have you meddle or say something bad towards your mom or what have you? This is a while back and it occurs, but like with the moon, the shifts, etc., yeah, you get repetition. I'm like, as a child, she went through what she went through, most likely, probably family patterns, yada yada yada, yeah, all that knowledge. So who am I to go all out or gang up or whatever, where I'm like, no, I've seen the truth, or I've seen what can lead to certain situations, and I forgave. Doesn't mean I want her back in my life, doesn't mean, no. If I don't feel that she is better, yeah, bettered herself, worked on herself, then I will get a repetition of whatever, and I'm good. Yeah, I can generally say I'm good. No, thank you. Yeah. So seeing this card, like what I said in the beginning, and you look at the depiction, this was actually kind of, oh, shoot. Is spiritual awakening, is it about getting full resolve for your situation? And or can you change the best way would you go through that? It is you see things through different eyes. You see them through different perspectives. Hence you create space for yourself. That's also what happens when you get that overload when you have lost somebody. And you can't take the grief, then you find a moment where you are struck by light, basically. Sounds strange. I mean, the first steps leading up to that, you are feeling like a zombie and you have certain thoughts running through your head. And then in a blink of an eye, you get kind of shell shocked, which feels like you were struck by lightning or by light. It is whoosh, and then you feel completely empty. The majority of people don't know what that moment is. They don't see it as a purge. They don't see it as something got lifted. It is to show you that that you have been given space. And I know it sounds, when you are going through the hurt, it is easier said than done. Yeah, it's hard to comprehend that is possible. But that also can go both ways. Basically, you get that, and that feeling so empty could be that sign you were asking for, spirit, like it went fast and I didn't suffer, it is okay. Also, in another layer, it can be a truth of that inner voice, the darker inner voice, shouldn't be listened to. Understandable, that we all have it, but I feel your pain, I'm not going to cry, sorry. They have nothing to gain if I'm going to. So I understand. So not everybody, everything has has that resolve as people were thinking of or were taught that it would have. You basically change yourself, you open yourself up. Therefore, without you actually seeing what was going on, you already manifest a new situation, a new kind of way of being. So in the next similar situation, that situation is, that moment is so different of what you would normally go through, that what you relearned. So that has to do with the energetic flow that is going on right now, and that is, yeah, this is new for me too. How can I explain it? How am I allowed to convey the message? Yeah, people, okay, thank you, Spirit. I love Spirit. It was 27:27 on the clock. People were trying to overcome the mountain. I taught myself to. First, I viewed it as an avalanche of information coming down on me, and then I was like, oh, this is a big mess. Where better to start than just to start and see, yeah, what you can remove and or can use for the next new foundation. And it became, the mountain became a pile after a couple of cycles, and I broke it down. Yeah, so with a paradigm shift, I had someone beautifully saying, watching my last video, of wow, you went through really dark-ish and therefore you get that occultist kind of or dark kind of vibe. I love it. The person was thinking. So some love it, some don't. And that has to do with experience. Basically, that interpretation of. So we got paradigm shift. Perfect acceptance, the moon. Discipline, abide by the principles and act in concert. People want to see the cards. And then we have fifth dimension phenomenon. Be still and listen to spirits. House. confidence. Not all stars shine. Believe in your own strength. Then we had the butterfly effect. Oblivion. Open your arms. The Pandora's box. Love, romance, fantasy, noble, and firm love. So maybe your partner is going through this. Oh dear, oh dear. Enchantress. Tangibility. Make your dreams real. Book of Shadows. They want me to pick it up. Love the depiction. Yeah, so the one viewing you, supporting you, want something tangible. Basically, see what they can do with you, how they can work with you. Also, for some, they are watching you. If you show up with a different energy, basically so they can pinpoint if it's you having a certain energy, or is it, or are things that are bothering you or causing those bumps in the road. Now you have to sit on that. Perfect. The inner labyrinth. Everybody, or there is a niche talking about opening your inner lotus. Opening up the petals. In another similar new kind of text, it is about peeling the onion. Sound familiar? Yeah. Because if you are not used to doing the self-discovery, and when you start, it is like the what. Which way do I go? Where will I end up? What will happen? Yeah? In any situation where I feel like a projectile, where I'm going ooh, left and left and right, and all the energies or slight panic sensations, etc. pop up, I will ask, I will drop everything. I used to do it for friends, now I'm doing it for self. I'm like, this is just an illusion. In this moment, flip off. Will drop. whatever I'm doing, and be like, and then I will say, I will ask, what is the lesson? What is the lesson in this situation? When I didn't do it in the beginning. Because in the beginning I saw everything as a lesson. So, okay, Spirit wanted to communicate with me. Spirit communicates in other ways as well. Not only through speech. And I wanted to know what my dreams meant in dream state. Because those depictions, etc., are a little different than the actual experience. Yeah? And I wanted to know what that meant. Therefore, I took it as a lesson and tried to understand spirit, other than trying to demand of them that they had to do anything. Yeah. Therefore, I can say, let me see through the eyes of God. If I'm really stuck in a certain construct or concept, if I feel that I lost my bearings a bit, yeah, I'm going to now ground myself, and then I'll be asking, I'm sacrificing my ego, like, okay, I don't know everything, can I please see the truth? Can I see through the eyes of God? And then I see truth. Doesn't make it any easier. Again, you don't do this for kicks. That's why I don't understand Spirit wanted me to go and swear. Where some souls get pleasure out of it. Yeah. Then you have like that epiphany. Then you will see those images that arise, or those right off the bed, are your epiphanies. You get that clover. Not everybody understands the clover, Spirit says. You want me to read? Drama effect. Oh dear. So the clover is luck, light-heartedness, yes. See how freaking small the text is. Small happiness, opportunity, being untroubled, comedy. To find the clover in the Le Mans reading and in real life is usually a sign of a happy coincidence. I'm smiling because somebody wanted me to articulate better, and is she? And I'm like, Okay. So to find the clover is usually a sign of happy coincidence of some sort. Therefore, the clover is also indicative of something that we must take quick action to reap the benefits of. You've only got a short window to make use of this chance. This card can also lend a feeling of lightheartedness and humor to any situation. And there, underneath there, we have death. Endure the trial, overcome the failure. Okay, yeah, in a balance. Done. In a balance like this, yeah, you use simple humor or self, yeah, okay. Yeah, you got extremes. Thank you. We need humor. Yeah, see, and then I had a download or a channeled message. No, rewind. I saw myself in awkward. So I went down memory lane, saw myself in certain awkward situations or normal situations, but I felt awkward in them. Like, let's say a funeral or what have you, I'm like, but that is because I hear spirit. Also during. And my luck is where I'm trying to be respectful, or what is considered to be respectful. Where spirit is like walking next to me and be like, I'm dead already. Or, yeah. But more, and what's the fuss about? I'm dead already. What are people doing here, etc. And or when I look at somebody in an open casket and the deceased person is there, or some other spirit is there looking in, commenting on who's in the casket, and it gets me into situations where I'm like, flip it. Why? Why does it have to happen there in that moment, that kind of way? Because when it happened in the early stages, I was really ashamed of what I did. I was like, took it all upon me and was like, that's not what you do. That's not a now through experience. It is that there are no set rules to behave. Basically, not that you have to go wild and Mm-mm. For example, we had to arrange a funeral once, and that person had a wish of not having certain people around, taking a part in that, and we were like respecting those wishes. So it was a very intimate goodbye. And normally you would do all the steps, and we let ourselves be guided by our intuition, as in how long is long enough to stay, and when is it fine to stand up and take a moment. When is it okay to just have a chat about nothing, or does it have to? We had a goodbye where we didn't have to. There were no stiff set rules. And that is what Spirit is basically saying. That you can laugh about stuff they did. And I think that's a beautiful thing. If you look at different cultures and how they, some cultures basically celebrate life during their funeral. So it's not a crazy notion or concept. And that's what I mean with when you are going through it, let it flow. And if you have maybe you can brighten up someone's day there in that moment. So, and then on the flip side, that's underneath Cosmic Egg. Beautiful depiction. After something really serious. The witch, the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. So for the person that was feeling like going bananas after a guided session, this is a couple of hours after. Let go of the panic. If you were a dark witch or if you were a bad witch, yeah, it was probably maybe past life. And then that trauma is, as in a hiccup, is surfacing. It, yeah. I can pick up on mental energy, like going really, your thoughts going everywhere, yeah. If I pick up on that energy, I can also feel as if it's happening to me sometimes, but I'm like, okay, this is not a good energy to do anything. Knowing that that moment also shall pass, and then be like sitting my ass down and or doing mundane chores. And if it's really, I'm just breathing, reminding myself of that it shall pass, and be like, okay, let me go take a walk in the park or through the forest nearby. And that 9 out of 10 is like, phew. Skeptical person, yeah, helping the I view it as such. I don't have ops, I don't have competition, so I'm not helping the ops because I didn't do spell work in this life. I do my absolute best not to hurt, bother, what have you, anybody. So I know in this life I wasn't a dark witch or bad person. But I did feel or had a sensation, this is years ago, of being someone of that sort. Like I said, just accept it as okay then. If I really did that, or was that bad of a person? Therefore, I was like, okay, whatever karma or whatever I see, know of I can, yeah, alchemize. To the flip side, another perspective of the sun on the commitment. Yeah. So like I said, somebody wanted to see you in a different setting or a different energy so they can better evaluate for themselves in how you would fit there in their life. Or how they can help you, or doesn't have to be love, it can be in several niches. Take it how it resonates. How do you pull cards? There are several ways, again, that goes intuitively. So either spirit says stop, either they come flying out, or they be like middle, front, back of the deck. Now I did without reading the cards. Yeah. So with discipline, abide by the principles and act in concert, you have Page of Waves, delight in adventure. So embrace those new insights and roll with the punches. Confidence, not all stars shine. Believe in your own strength. Knight of Wands against the flow. So you have a rebellious spirit. You are the person I'm going to reserve that. Yeah, thank you. Love, romance, fantasy, noble, and firm love. Four of Wands, smoothest cloud. Newborn, great new beginning. Ten of clouds. Connection. And then death, endure the trial, overcome the failure. The Hermit, unseen connection. Yeah. Flip side, another perspective of the sun. Six of Wands, sharing abundance. Yeah, so also when you are going through certain situations, it's sharing them will put somebody else's mind at ease. It is also leading me to my own experience. I'm a psychic medium, yeah? I'm an empath, however you want to call it, so I'm sensitive to every energy. If I don't vent, if I don't do my thing, hey, when I feel guided to, like here, then it can interfere with my everyday life. Yeah, so sometimes you just need to vent and or share. Because doing these types of readings with the intent of helping others, yeah, for the sake of humanity, because if you look on social media these days, it is going from crazy to bonkers, and if it's staged, if it's, I don't know, I'm like, let us, yeah, break those taboos. Let us help one another to be better. So, yeah, 10 of waves, let go. So all what most people are going through when it comes to emotions and hardships, which in that moment feel like your head is going to explode, like you're going mental AF. Yeah, it's a release of all that you accumulated, all that you stored up. Yeah, and only trying to label it as something negative. Let's say the negative is your boundary. Yeah, it has a purpose to keep you, to prevent you from going all out. Then in a next level, it is the voice of reason. And that's how you yeah, have that sparring moment basically, yeah, with the both of the energies, keeping yourself safe in the cocoon before you can, because it has many forms. The hermit mode has many forms. It doesn't always have to be let's be inside or lock ourselves up in a bathroom or in a room and go. If you don't feel safe and you feel safe in your room, it's a different story, but it is how you cope with certain things. But all the cards are asking you to embrace and, oh, sorry, got distracted because this was the other card underneath it, on top of the deck cards. So this was on top of the deck slash spread, and here as always, if something doesn't feel right, there will be an element in the you don't have to. Yeah, certain sporadic moments you can't really control. It's just a hey, hello, are we working on this? Kinda jolt basically. Yeah, and as long as you filter that progress or those lessons in, yeah, then it doesn't matter which tempo you take. Therefore, I was looking at reveal your gifts versus the hermit. And so on. There were some other contradictions where I was like, what now? So, some loving messages. I always trust the direction of universe, and now I am guided. Yeah, that's under the paradigm shift. Perfect acceptance. And that dragonfly triggered me because somebody else was like, which Neil? Oh yeah, have like the dragonfly. I saw it in my mind's eye and it popped up. It's like so cool. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. So phenomenon, be still and listen to spirit. 5th dimension. So confirmation on what I said. If I would have known that I would draw these cards, I would have shut up and this video would be a lot shorter. Oblivion, open your arms. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Okie doke on Pandora's box. Yeah, tangibility, make your dreams real, and the Book of Shadows, Enchantress, new beginning, or a great beginning. 10 of Clouds, connection, the universe has my back, and the owl is for somebody else. Epiphany, Clover, and the inner labyrinth. I surrender to a power greater than me. And that's where I was giving you the advice to ask if you can see through God's eyes. And not towards somebody else. This is really towards your own lessons. Because if the energy sees that you try to rig or cheat the game, they are going to bombard you anyway with karmic. Like you. I'm not joking. So on the witch, the magic you seek is inside you, let it flow. And then the ring of commitment, etc. Contracts, yeah. My vibes speak louder than my words. Also butterflies. Somebody was like, not so fast. Bless you. Top of the deck. What the? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided to the light. So when it comes to, I was guided to say that through all the, did I even say it? With any situation where I got stuck, yeah. See through the eyes of, yeah, then I drop everything and then I look toward that energy to provide me lessons and guidance, and I will listen to that voice like it is nobody's business. And I have done consciously and unconsciously for, yeah, all my existence, throughout my entire existence was better. Yeah. I will do so. Keep doing so. Because that, for me, was the right way to go. So I hope this helped a couple of people out. And if you like my content, or this content, please do like, share and subscribe. If you find something in my content that does resonate, I would like some more confirmation, please, from people. as in just I'm going to sit with that because I don't want you to give up your privacy, and I don't want you to, if there are some parts in it that are sensitive, delicate, then you don't want everybody to know it's, yeah, you need to figure out a way for you. Me too. Spirit is, isn't that why you give a like? Yeah. Tell it to people. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe if you feel guided to. Everything you need to know is always in the description box and nowhere else. Thank you very much.